Maverick 100.9 Aggie Lands Country Alternative. It's Corliss, and I am chatting with my oldest friend in Texas country, Aaron Copeland, today. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, friend. How are you?
I am wonderful. I'm even better that I get to talk to you. I saw the email come through from your radio promoter. It said Aaron Copeland in big letters, and I said, you get him booked with a Zoom with me right now.
Absolutely. Hey, you know what's crazy is you're my first interview since we've released the single. Was it a week ago or something like that? However long it was, but yeah. So you're the first one.
Well, good. I think I deserve it. Like
Absolutely.
who's a bigger AC fan than me? Really?
I know. Hey, and on my pedal board too. I don't know if you remember this. The last time we played Hurricane Harry's,
Is
you stuck your little sticker on
is
my
it
pedal
still
board.
hanging in there?
It's still there.
You were even one of the first people to get that first round of Corliss stickers,
Love
and
it.
they're still existing, and I still do the Corliss stickers. But man, we got to talk about how long it has been since you have put out a single specifically to radio. I hadn't even started Maverick yet. That's mind blowing.
Yeah, I think the last one that we had, well, we put out one, but a lot of radio didn't pick it up because it didn't meet their criteria, which is, my music's on the edge anyways. But I think the last big one that we had was Rain, and that was in 2018, I believe.
That's right.
So,
that is right.
Yeah. So I just kind of been transitioning. I've been concentrating on my live performances and stuff like that. And yeah, I've been driving back and forth from Nashville and just writing and working on the writing part of the business and becoming a better writer. And I think you might be able to tell in this new record. So excited, especially the single.
Well, let's talk about the single "Lovin' on You."
Yeah.
It's the first one out, and I don't think I know anybody more loving and caring than you. So,
well, thank you.
Is this kind of about you and your beautiful bride?
Yeah, well, I just a little background. This is the very first song that I wrote whenever I took a chance and drove 12 hours to Nashville. I got connected with Trent Woolman that produces a lot of the Texas artists and write with them as well. And so we went to the RCA studios, which I was nervous, the original where Elvis got signed. And we sat in Trent's office and he goes, "All right, what ideas do you have?" And I was like, well, crap. So I started going through my phone. I was like, hey man, I got this idea, like you be out at the bar or something, but you'd rather be home, like you're having a good time with your buddies, but you'd rather be home with your lady friend, and that's where it kind of like Loving on You, it's kind of can go either way. But yeah, I mean, I normally don't write about love and stuff like that in my past, but we kind of just kind of grew a little bit in this record and wrote a couple love songs and beer drinking songs, and I'm still there. I'm still the crazy young me, but I'm just a little more mature.
I can feel that on so many levels because same. Like if you look at Corliss and Aaron Copeland 5 years ago, we were totally different, but we still got that. We've still got it in us. So don't test us. But I feel like there's something very symbolic about, okay, that was your, all right, I'm going to try this. And then the first song you come out with out of that writing session is the first song out to radio. Do you feel kind of symbolic there?
It's just kind of a little bit, I just felt it in my gut, and everything that goes into radio and singles and stuff like that, and just the way that it came out in the studio, it's like 2 minutes and 38 seconds long. That's perfect for radio.
Yes.
Radio DJs love short songs because guess what? That's more time for commercials. And that's how y'all get paid, is commercials. So, yeah, and I just kind of felt it in my gut, I'm like, hey, that's the first one I wrote. that's going to be the first one I push. And I knew ever since we wrote the very first day that we wrote it, I was like, that is a radio single right there. And I've gotten really good feedback. I think it's like the top 3 downloads in Texas right now. It's only been at radio for less than a week, which is crazy. People still remember me after, since 2018.
They
But yeah, it's
better.
I'm excited, man. I'm really excited about, you know, the new music and the constant singles that you will continue to get from here on out.
That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Y'all, we're gonna put it to the test. If you don't remember him, well, let me reintroduce you to my friend Aaron Copeland and his latest single, Lovin' on You, right now on Maverick 100.9. Due to copyright, Brian Broadcasting is not licensed to air this single for you in podcast form, but you can now find it anywhere that you stream and download music. And today's interview continues now. Maverick 100.9, you heard it here first. Lovin' on You. Aaron Copeland is back, baby. And I don't think anybody's more excited than me and you. Before we went to listen to the single, you noted this is not the end. You have got so much plunging forward. So give me the details on this record that we're going to be getting from you.
Well, this is our first full-length record. It took me 3 years of writing and recording to finish it for the way that I wanted it to be. 10 songs. You get love, heartbreak, beer drinking, honky tonkin. I've got co-writers from Trent Woman to Randall King and Jake Worthington. Jesse Robb Jr.'s got a co-write on it.
Jesse Robb is my favorite songwriter.
Yeah,
so you are saying all the good things to me.
Yeah. So we've been working on it, and I kind of got set back a little bit because I had to have a sinus surgery, a couple actually. And so I couldn't, we started recording this like a week before the pandemic hit. Mm-hmm. And so we were still working on it a little bit. And then when things eased up, I ended up having to have some sinus surgeries, and it took me a while to heal from that. And so, I didn't want to go record and spend the money for something that I'm not happy with. And I didn't want to waste anybody's time. So I just kind of sat back, and I had to reteach myself how to sing and breathe properly. And we finally got it done. So 3 years later, we're here and we're rolling. Got a brand new record, and I'm more excited about it than I have been on any project I've ever been a part of, so I'm just excited to get the music out to everybody. And I don't know when the release is going to be. We're probably going to shoot for the summertime, but we'll see. I don't know. It depends on what my team wants to do.
Well, we'll keep in touch with you on that. That's for sure. Absolutely. But everybody can follow along as well. Follow Aaron Copeland. But, to anyone who has ever seen your show live or met you in person, you really are just one of the funnest, happiest, outgoing humans on earth. But I love that you just talked about the seriousness of how serious you take your career and what you are producing and what you're putting out to people. It's truly your passion deep within you. And I just got to commend you for really sticking to your guns instead of just pushing out like, oh my gosh, I just have to have something in someone's ear holes.
Right.
You said, no, I'm putting out what I believe is the best product that I can make.
Right. Absolutely. And used to, in the earlier days when I was putting out songs, and y'all can go listen to them if you haven't heard them, but I've got 2 EPs out that's strictly about drinking, and that's just kind of, who I was at the time, and it was fun music, and I get that, and I still, want to put out fun music, but I didn't really like wrap my brain around how much more there was to life than a bottle, or just writing wise. Not that I'm some crazy alcoholic. I do like to have fun, obviously, but but I just didn't really. I was caught up in the moment, and I was just kind of releasing fun songs, and you know, that was kind of my background with who I used to play with, and so yeah, I really matured a lot writing wise, and it's like I said earlier, like I wanted to be a better writer. You know, I wanted to be a better singer. I'm already a musician. I like to think that I'm a pretty good musician. I get jobs offered to me all the time to go play guitar or piano for somebody, but that's not where my heart's at. My heart's is with a pen and paper and writing stuff, writing, you know, I like to call it almost poetry for somebody that can relate to it, you know, because there's songs out there that hit me,
Yes.
and I want people to feel that what I feel from, you know, a Keith Whitley song or a Merle Haggard song or whatever it may be. You know, I do like to listen to the old stuff, so I have an old soul, but yeah, so that's kind of where we're at in my career now, and I'm more focused than I ever have been, and I'm just, like I said earlier, I'm super excited to get some of these songs out there, you know, and just for everybody to see where I'm at, you know.
Beautiful. I'm enamored by all the work you've put in. I'm so happy for you. And I can't get off of here without mentioning my mother is so freaking obsessed with you now, Aaron. Can we rewind to 2020? Y'all, we were at an award show, and this was my first award show since starting Maverick, my baby.
Right.
And as you said, you were ready to make the leap back out into country music. So you won Emerging Artist of the Year. I won Radio Station of the Year when the station wasn't even a year old.
Right.
So we come together in this moment and realized your family and my family were sitting together the whole time and
the
didn't
whole
know.
time.
And so my mom is 1000% your biggest fan now. Like she tops me now.
She's amazing. And you talk to her today, or whenever you talk to her, you tell her I said hello.
Oh, and you know she's going to be listening.
Absolutely. That was a good day. I remember very vaguely about it. I was side stage, and nobody had told me that, you know, normally sometimes on those awards, they'll let you know that you're the winner, so you're prepared. And so nobody told me anything, you know. And so I'm backstage hanging out with Bree Bagwell, and that's the first time that I got to hang out with who headlined it? Neil McCoy.
Neil McCoy,
that's the first time I
right.
got to meet Neil McCoy. Yeah, and so I was just back there, just, I mean, in awe, you know, hanging out with Neil, and then of course Bree. Bree's one of my favorite people in the world, and apparently they had called my name like 3 times before somebody like grabbed my ear, like my grandma used to, and like, hey, dude, you just won an award. You need to get on stage now. I was like, oh crap, sorry.
Like, you're probably like
everybody
me,
understood.
like they're
I mean, I was
this
back there hanging out with Neil
me?
McCoy. Yeah, I mean, I felt so undeserving of it, you know. I was like, out of all the people that were nominated, I was like, wow, you know, it's crazy. And apparently, you know, I was new. That's the very first award I've ever won. But you know, apparently it was fan voted. So, you know, those of you out there listening, I appreciate it all. But yeah, that was a fun day. A lot of Jaeger bombs that day.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, because your debit card got, not yours, your manager's debit card got left behind, and I had to bring it back to you guys. So we were somewhere in Fort Worth. I don't know. I'm still dizzy from it. And I'm always the same way. I now have, since starting Maverick, at least I've got 3 trophies, and all fan voted, and I'm always just, even now, I still can't find words. Oh my God. Like, I don't know. I'm just some weird kid from Kansas that loved Texas country music. Why are you giving me awards? This is weird.
Yeah. Well, you're very deserving of it, in my opinion. And I'm happy that we're on the same team.
I think you and I are a little biased for each other, but you know what? We're going to keep our bias.
Hey, I might have voted for you maybe like 400 times by myself. So don't tell nobody.
It was all fake. It's just Aaron Copeland showing his love, man. It's just AC. Oh my God. Aaron, as always, just getting to catch up with you, period, is phenomenal. And I'm so thankful you did this interview with me. And I just want to wish you luck moving forward this next year. I have a feeling in my bones that everything that you have worked towards is going to come back towards you.
If the good Lord's willing and the creek don't rise, isn't that what they say?
Yeah,